Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. Today we have a special guest. I actually met him on Facebook. He's super funny. I'm just gonna let you introduce yourself.
I am Anthony, that dude.
He does stand-up comedy. First, I basically want to ask, what made you want to do comedy?
It was just something that I always wanted to do since I was a kid. Plus, people kept telling me how funny I was.
Yeah.
So I just kind of I always watched stand-up and stuff like that. So when Facebook came around, I was like, I need to take advantage of this so more people could see me. So that's kind of what happened with that.
Right, that's dope. That's dope. You know, laughter is the best medicine. Yeah. If you was to bump into somebody young, try to come into the comedy industry or scene.
Can we start over?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, because I stuttered like 2 times anyways.
Just running.
He's going to give us a countdown. All right. Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. Of course, starring your guest, Asia, a.k.a. Pretty Brown. And I have a special guest with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Anthony, that dude.
Anthony. Now, Anthony is a comedian. I met him actually on Facebook sharing his memes because I just thought they were super funny. He actually already did a show here in Omaha. But I'm just going to step back and let you talk to the guests and introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about you.
I am Anthony, that dude Johnson. I'm actually a up-and-coming stand-up comedian. I haven't been doing it that long, but I just kept getting stories about how funny I was, so I just decided to take it to another level and see how funny I really was. And that's kind of the story on how I became a comedian.
Right, and it's actually really dope because, in my opinion, what you're doing, I honestly see your success. That's why, I've been following you on Facebook for about a year or two. Every video you ever post, I make sure I share. Mm-hmm. They're always funny. Like he's not just funny, but he's generally a humble guy.
Thank you.
A great family man, beautiful children, your energy, your life, your family, what I could see just from, outside looking in on Facebook, it's like, I have to meet that guy. I have to help support him, because you just seem so humble.
That's dope. Thank you.
You're welcome. But for anybody who was coming up in the comedian industry or anything like that, do you have any advice or suggestions you want to give them?
I'm still new at it, but I got a couple people that message me and ask me questions, and to be honest with you, I feel like if you really, really want to be a comedian, you got to just follow your heart. And it's not about, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just not something that you can do. It's just something that comes to you naturally.
Right.
So if you really want to be a comedian, first thing you got to do is just stick with whatever you've been doing. If you're funny, you're going to be funny. And then you just roll with it, and if people going to like you, they're going to like you. I actually, seen a story on HaHa Davis one time, and he was telling the viewers how he just started off in his mom's basement, and that's kind of what motivated me to want to do it, because I seen a dude come from his basement now selling out shows and getting real money. And I was just like, I've been funny my whole life. I played basketball. I was the funniest player on the team, stuff like that. And I just kind of wanted to take it to a new level and see if I could actually follow my dream, which has always been a dream of mine anyway. So.
Right, and I applaud you on that, because following your dream is not easy. Because no matter what you do, there's going to always be that one bad critic.
Oh, yeah.
No matter if it's culinary arts, comedian, singing, dancing, there's going to be somebody.
Yeah.
And especially with comedy, I think it takes a lot of bravery, because I know if I go on stage, I tell one joke and nobody laughs, I'm done. End of career, I'm done.
Yeah, that's exactly I wouldn't say that's what happened to me at my latest show, but I had a few jokes, and it was actually supposed to be like a competition. See, a lot of people don't realize that was just my debut. I wasn't a part of the competition, but a couple of the comedians had family members there that was trying to heckle me. So I kind of I stepped out of my comfort zone and kind of got a little aggressive on stage. Not really, but I learned from those mistakes, and it was literally my first time on stage, so I'm gonna learn from that mistake that I made. It wasn't that bad, but it kind of shook me up a little bit to see people screaming and yelling, get off the stage,
See, and I apologize. I actually originally was supposed to go on his show. His show was on my birthday, October 11th. However, I couldn't find a ride. I don't have transportation myself, so that's where I came up with this idea, like how else am I gonna get in your brain a little bit to see what you're trying to accomplish, and that's why I brought you on here.
Thank you.
One thing I will say though is those people who were laughing at you, those people who are up against you or whatever, I can guarantee you one thing, they're not on TV right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, it's just part of the nature.
Right. It comes with the territory.
Yeah,
it comes with the title. We all get this. We all get laughed at. That's why I said what you're doing. It takes. I don't know if I can use that word on TV. It takes a certain level of bravery to be able to put yourself out there to get laughed at, because a lot of people aren't even strong enough to follow their dreams enough. Like I said, I have another friend. I believe you might have met her through Facebook, but she wants to do comedian too, stand-up comedy. And her biggest fear is that she's not as funny as she thinks she is.
Actually, me and her are actually doing a few skits tomorrow.
That's what connections, networking. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is very good. Yes, because when she told me about it, I'm like, well, I don't really know him like that, but I'm the type of person, I'm all about connections.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe if I could put them together, maybe he could help her out more than I can, because I don't know too much about comedy.
Yeah, well, my biggest critics is my kids anyway. So, like, I could tell a joke, and I'll be working on my jokes, and my son will be like, Dad, that's not funny. So like, it's already been in me to know that everything I say is not going to be funny. You know what I'm saying? And everything I do is not going to be for everybody.
Right.
But if you reach out to 200 people and you got 50 people liking you, that's good enough for me. Or 50 people that's laughing, that's good enough for me at this point, because I'm starting off fresh.
Right. And the thing about starting off is you can only get better.
Yeah.
You can only get better. And the thing, just like comedy, just like TV shows or whatever, it's your personality. It's your character.
Yeah.
If your fans can like you without you even telling a joke, so it's like your personality automatically attracts people like me. Because I love humble people. I love family men. I love families. I love black families. So it automatically attracted me to you. That's like, okay, so he wants to become a comedian. He's this nice. He's humble. He's a working man. He came from this. Because, I be reading your stories of where you came from in your past and stuff. So I'm like, it's literally a perfect example.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see the shirt, love.
Right.
And I try to preach that, because it's so much easier to love somebody than it is to hate.
Yes,
and that's the honest to God truth. I don't have a hate bone in my body.
Yes.
And I want to see everybody win.
Yes, and that's the same with me. I love that. I love that.
And I love the show that you're doing. It's dope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to be hitting cable soon. I cannot wait. When you guys see my show, make sure you guys go on my Facebook, Pretty Brown. Like, share, whatever. You want to give them your Facebook information?
My Instagram is actually Anthony That Dude at on Instagram, and then Anthony That Dude on Facebook.
Yes. So now, what other outside of comedy, in 5 years from now, what do you just want to do comedy, or is there any other plans you plan on coming out with?
Well, of course, I think comedy comes with acting, but at this point in my fresh career, I just want to be able to be my own boss. Right. And what I mean by that is, like, if I can get paid to tell jokes, which I tell jokes 24/7 all day long, why not?
Right.
Nobody wants to get up and punch a clock,
Right.
So
right.
the 5-year goal is to actually just be independent and actually being able to brand myself as an actual brand.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's the goal. I can't necessarily say it's gonna happen overnight, but I ain't getting any younger, and my daughter is just as funny. If my career don't take off, we'll start with her, and that's just what it is.
Yes, I love that. That's that's actually a form of generational wealth. Generational wealth, it doesn't really have to be literally money, but wealth is something you could pass down into your family that you could carry on for generations, that can be something. So for you to even want to pass that down to your daughter, that amazes me, because I'm all about generational wealth. I'm all about making sure not that we're not just straight, and not that our kids are just straight, but generations to come is to be straight. And another thing is passion. Now, a lot of people, they go through life not knowing what their passion is. A passion is something you're willing to do right if you get paid for it or not.
That's exactly what it is.
And that, I know, I see it. I see it when you talk about it. I can see it. You love what you do. This is your solely passion. Even if it doesn't ever go where you want it to, I can see you're still going to continue to do it.
Well, I have an 11-year-old daughter. She's like super talented. She's super smart. She's super funny. And like, I'm actually creating a brand to where, like, at the end of the day, she will have an Instagram. Right now, I really want her to have an Instagram because some kids actually blow up off of Instagram. But me, I still have that father gene in me to where I'm super paranoid. The stress that comes with it. She has like a like account and she gets plenty of followers and plenty of comments. But Instagram is a different beast, and that's a big fear of mine for an 11-year-old girl to have Instagram to where grown men can message her or whatever the case may be. So it's just a little scary, but at the end of the day, the generational wealth is actually like, even if like how I have 5,000 followers, those 5,000 followers, eventually I will share my daughter's videos and she will hopefully instantly get those 5,000 followers. And that's what I'm trying to do at this point. Like, I really don't know the direction I'm headed, but I mean, I'm getting booked for shows. I got stuff going on.
I'm spiritual. It's not no secret on my Facebook. And I have a saying, like, when you're in an alignment of your desire, whatever it is you want to do, you don't really need to know what you're doing because everything naturally will come to you. This TV show naturally came to me. You would have told me last year that you'll be doing your own TV, I would have laughed. I probably would have got mad. Like, when you're in alignment of your desires, it's not even your business to know how you're going to get there or how you're going to do it. Just know that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
When you have good intentions, when you put good energy out, when you're humble, when you purely want the best for everybody, even your enemies, it comes back. Like, that saying, being a good person doesn't pay off, it's a myth. I've been a good person for a year. I know that's sad because I'm 23, but I've been a good person for a year. And with this year, I have did a total, complete transformation. And within my transformation, I made sure when I transformed, if I made it, I was going to bring every single body I can, whether if I knew them or not. Seriously.
That's
so
dope.
It's like just putting that energy out there, regardless, you might not know how, you might not know when, but it's going to happen for you.
Well, it's funny that you say that. I actually, one of my favorite little inspirational quotes is from Steve Harvey, and he was explaining that, like, a lot of people don't even know what their gift is. Like, you wake up every day and you might just be strong. You might wake up and can lift something that your father can't. Like, a lot of people don't realize their gift, and that's what I realized about just watching somebody like my daughter, or even, for example, me. Like I said, when people used to tell me I was funny, I just kind of took it for what it was, but I'm like, yo, maybe this really is a gift, because when I see comedians that like have scripts and they have a certain way of doing their shows, and I'm like, I'll never be that guy. Like that, right. When I went on stage, I didn't have anything I was gonna say. I went on stage and don't get me wrong, I had jokes, but it wasn't scripted.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, I just went with the flow. And the same way with today. I didn't come here with a piece of paper to explain to you what I need to do.
Right.
I just really feel like if you're talented at something, and if it's a gift, it's just gonna come natural.
Yes, it is, and I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And you just don't know how much I appreciate you being on my show.
Thank you.
It's actually an honor for me to meet you. Like I said, we've been following each other on Facebook for about a year. Because I remember I could go on my memories. I'm like, oh, I was sharing his videos 2 years ago. Like, I didn't even know how long we've been on Facebook together. But once I realized that, I'm like, okay. With me starting the show, people, they take me as a joke on Facebook. They slander me or whatever. But no, it's serious. I'm picking my friends off. I've never met you a day in my life. And here we are today on my show,
Yeah.
So it's like, keep doing what you're doing. You are heading down the right path. I strongly support you. Any video you ever post out there, any video, I'm always going to share it.
I watch you.
I'm always going to share it. I'm always going to support it. If you feel like you don't have any support, just know me and my team is going to support you.
And you also said, man, I've been looking for a woman comedian forever, because I need a woman to do if you ever watch my videos, I never have a woman in my videos.
Yeah.
And I needed a woman that can be my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like because everybody's not actors, and even my relationship status, she's not willing to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I needed an actor or / comedian female. And you actually shot her my way, and I appreciate that, and we'll have some videos for you to post tomorrow.
And I cannot wait. I've actually been knowing this girl since, I'm not even going to expose her name because she's actually going to be coming on my show soon, but I've been knowing this girl since the 9th grade. Her nickname used to be One Hit Quitter.
Oh, okay. So she was a fighter.
One hit a quitter to a man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is my road dog. She's been hilarious. That girl can literally have me laughing to the point I'm crying. And not too many people could do that.
Well, I'm glad you said that because you gave me ideas, which I already checked her out and thought about some stuff I could do with her. But you just enlightened me even more to let me realize I can actually use her. We can use that, you know?
Right, like for real. Like
yeah, we can use
she's
that.
so dope. She's super talented, super humble. I'm the type of person, I'm always trying to get people to become entrepreneurs or coming up with a business. So it's like, yeah, you do that, but what's your hobby? What's your skill? Like you said, not everybody even knows what they're good at. Not everybody even knows what they're passionate in, and it sucks because if you don't know what your passion is, you don't know who you are.
You don't.
So it's like when I was talking to her about it and she told me that's something that she wanted to do, I'm like, well, then let's do it. Let's stop talking. Like, I'm about to hook you up with somebody. I don't know too many people, but I know one person. Like, and then I really hope she starts to take this serious because I can't wait.
Well, the problem with people that just talk, and this is a learning experience for me, you actually become stagnant. You know what I'm saying? And like I've watched so many ideas that I've pitched to my family or to my friends, and they're like, nah, man. Or we'll say we'll do it this day, and we'll never get to it. For example, one time, years ago, I wanted to do a show with just being in a black barbershop, right? And I wanted to like speak on topics that's going on in the world, sports, politics, movies, whatever's going on in the world I wanted to talk about. And I wanted all of the people that were speaking to be getting their haircut as they're doing the show.
Yeah, I see.
And you fast forward 3 years later, 4 years later, you got LeBron James in the shop. You know, and this is an idea I thought of 4 years ago, but all of my friends, like I even tried to like pay the barber to like, I'm like, I'll pay the barbers and we'll pay you for your day and your time, and it just never took off. And now seeing LeBron with the shop, I'm not comparing myself to LeBron at all. I'm just saying that the same idea that they brought to HBO, I had 4 years ago, but nobody was listening to me.
Right. Yeah. And I when I tell you I completely believe you, I'm telling you, there's some things that I've said when I was 13, 14 years old, and people are like, you don't know what you talk about? And now at 21, people are saying the same thing I am, and I'm like, I could have been rich.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you, never wait on anybody. If you want to do something, do it now. Like you said, we're not getting younger. And at any given moment, in a blink of an eye, our life can just change.
Yeah.
Once, like I said, you put that good energy out there, you have good intentions, you're humble, you're grateful. All you want to do is fulfill your passion. Whatever your preference of religion or beliefs is, whoever you want to say is upstairs, that person is going to deliver that for you.
I guess I'll say it like this. I came from the projects, right? And when you a project kid, and you ain't really have much, you ain't even really know how you was gonna eat, and you ain't really have friends, and everybody was bullying you, you tend to not get a chance to really see what's going on in the world. And what I mean by that is, the older I got, the more money I made, the happier I be. Not the money didn't make me happier, but seeing my kids not want for nothing made me happier, right? So in that process, my mind was not taken away from having to worry about getting shot, having to worry about being chased by the police. So then I was able to focus on the little things, and we're talking about energy right now because I know you're a huge energy person. So now I'm able to actually, it's an old saying, but it's actually very dominant. Smell the roses. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the way I feel right now. Like, I go outside, I just take in the sun, I take in the sky, and for years, like, and so many people struggle with that, and I'm still trying to teach my kids that, like, it ain't about if your cell phone works. It's not about if the internet is on. It's not about if you got gas in your car. Sometimes you got to just take a chance to actually smell the roses, and that's where I'm at in life. And with the comedy stuff, that's what I'm doing. I'm smelling the rose. I don't care. Nobody has to share my videos. Nobody has to like them. I'm not doing it for attention. I'm doing it because it makes me happy.
Yes, and I love that. I love that. And that is the definition of a true passion.
Yes.
Very true passion. I like I said, I am so humbled and honored to be able to meet you. I can't wait till you're able to see yourself on cable with this show. Like, I really like I said, I really support you. And even from this TV show, I have a little bit more connections I could probably give you. Like, I really want to see you make it because I feel like you deserve it.
And I appreciate that. I really do. And I watch your Facebook all the time, and I'm like, she got that Erykah Badu. And like she just do. Some people like Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, like these are my favorite people, right? And they just have a certain type of energy. Like it ain't about money. It's not about nothing. It's about being kind to people. It's about loving the loved ones that you can. Yes. It's about enjoying your time while you're here. And I see that in you. I don't see a hate bone in your body. And if I ever see negative posts, like if I see a person randomly make negative, I'll just delete them. Because I don't have the time. When I wake up, I want to see people smiling. Right. I want to see women cooking for their kids. I want to see men playing basketball with their sons. I don't have time for the negative and the hate. And social media will tear you down.
Yes, it does. And it really does.
Yeah, and it has, don't get me wrong, I've had my moments to where I've never deleted Facebook, but I've had my moments to where I wanted to. Yeah. And at this point in my life, I don't think I can allow that energy in my life. What I realize is that you don't delete the app. You delete the people.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, basically, because we all have the right to a peace of mind and happiness.
Yes.
No matter who's the one bringing negativity, family, friends, strangers, we all have the right to a peace of mind. Yeah. So, of course. But I want to extremely thank you once again. If you want to give our audience your Facebook information to give.
Anthony That Dude Johnson and Instagram Anthony That Dude Johnson.
All right, perfect. And thank you guys for watching our show again. Thanks for watching Let's Talk About It, and we'll see you guys next time.